LEGO Lord of the Rings and LEGO The Hobbit, for that matter, have been around since 2012. And granted, both themes were cut short by 2014, we have been getting a lot more sets recently, like the Rivendale, the Tower of Barad-dûr, and most recently the Shire in 2025. But I think everybody can agree that this is one of the best licensed LEGO themes ever, because truth be told, there's no bad sets. But however, there are 10 that I believe are some of the best sets in my personal opinion. Now, instead of doing The Hobbit separately and Lord of the Rings separately, I decided to put them both together because, let's face it, it's the same universe. There are no honorable mentions this time, so let's just get straight into it. At number 10, we have the smallest set released for The Hobbit, and it is Riddles for the Ring. Now, for $10, we get our first ever Bilbo minifigure. We get a new version of Gollum, which is different from his Shelob Attacks version. We also get a nice little bow for him, and we also get a really nice looking rock build. It just fits with the terrain and it has a nice play feature where you can flick open to reveal the ring once you open the two rocks on those hinges in the front. It may not be the best set, but I did have a lot of fun with this set as a kid, and I would beat myself up if I didn't put it in the list. At number 9, we have the Council of Elron from 2013. Now, compared to 2023, yes, it is a massive improvement, but this set was still pretty good for its time. For $30, we have 2 brand new minifigures and a cheap way to get Gimli and Frodo. The back area has a spot for that little bow storage, whatever you want to call that. It also has a nice roof design as well, and a good amount of gold pieces for it as well. There's a lot of leaf builds on the side, and the actual council area itself is really nice. It is surprisingly circular. And my favorite part about the set is the table itself. That is such a nice build to have the ring displayed on. It was a pretty good set, and it was one of the last Lord of the Rings sets we would see for a while. At number 8, we have the Attack on Weathertop from 2012. This was our cheapest way to get Aragorn, along with our only way of getting Merry. We also have 2 ring wraiths in this set with the black horses. The weather build itself is really nice. It has that nice spiral staircase. The top has a lot of space to display the minifigures, and the set can actually open to reveal a really neat hidden interior. That interior isn't really accurate to the movie or books for that matter, obviously, but it is a really nice play feature. At number 7, we have what I believe is one of the most underrated Hobbit sets, and it is the Barrel Escape set. Now, the set is obviously from Desolation of Smaug, but it was released in 2012 with the Unexpected Journey wave, and it actually had some text in the front of the box saying that it was for the second movie and not the first one. I'm pretty sure that was the only time LEGO ever did that in history. But nonetheless, this is a nice playset. You have again those spiral staircases, a nice little jail build, and a cool play feature where you can launch the barrels and put the dwarves inside of it to recreate the scene from the movie. I don't know how far they got into directing the Desolation of Smaug for this set to be accurate a year before the movie even released, but they did a good job for it. And I'm pretty sure this is also our first ever wine cellar in as a LEGO set, which is kind of crazy to think about. At number 1, we have the Mind of Moria. Wow, what a set. It's divided into 4 different parts. You have the actual gate where the troll can break through. You have the well where Pippin alerts the orcs. You also have the grave for Dwalin, I believe. And then you have that whole pillar section where Legolas is standing. The minifigures are amazing in this set. You have the 2 Moria orcs along with the troll itself. Then you also have Gimli, Legolas, and what was the only way to get Pippin and Boromir at this time, who are also both very great minifigures. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think the 2012 and 2013 Lord of the Rings minifigures look better than the 2023 Rivendale ones. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like those faces on those minifigures represented the characters better than the Rivendale one. Coming in at the top 5, we have the Goblin King battle set from 2012. That Unexpected Journey wave had so many great sets, dude. Oh man. Takes me back. But this set is divided into 3 parts technically. You have the front porch area with that connecting bridge, then you have the actual throne for the Goblin King, and then you have a sort of dock area or workshop, whatever you want to call that. But man, the minifigures in the set are great. You have the 3 dwarf brothers, Ori, Nori, and Dori. You also have 3 goblins, Gandalf, and of course the Goblin King himself. 2012 was around that time when LEGO was really pushing big figs in all their themes, and Lord of the Rings was no exception to that. We had the Goblin King and the Cave Troll this year. But this set is a really nice build. You have all that terrain at the bottom, and then you have the sort of janky bridge plank builds for the actual Goblin town, which is super nice. The set looks like it was haphazardly put together, and that's what I love about it. The set looks like how it does in the film. It's all like raggedy and stuff, and that's what Lego was going for, and they did an amazing job putting it in Lego form. At number 4, we have the last Hobbit set on this list, and it is the Dolor battle set. One reason I absolutely love this set so much is that it's a castle, and surprisingly enough, for Lord of the Rings, we haven't gotten a lot of castle builds. You know, we have a mine, we have some big creatures and stuff, we have a elf cellar, but we never really get a lot of castles, and what's the best part about this one is that it's actually a castle ruin. Let's get the minifigures out the way. We have the Sorcerer minifigure, which is really Sauron. We have 2 Dol Guldur orcs. We have Radagast the Brown, which is our first time seeing him. We have a Gandalf minifigure. And of course, we have Azog himself. What a mold and what a minifigure. At first, he was an SDCC exclusive back in 2012, I believe. And then they actually started putting him in sets for the Desolation of Smaug, which is very nice on Lego's part. And the actual build itself is nice. The ruins of Dol Guldur look amazing. You have those 2 stairways in the front of the build that can go up to the other parts of the castle. You have the gate on the side, and you have that little tower area. And Lego just did such a good job making this look like it's a destroyed castle. And I mean, that's what they were going for. That's what Dol Guldur is, and it looks amazing. You also have a nice little statue build on the side, and then a rock build with the cage where you could put Gandalf, where he does end up becoming trapped at the end of the movie. This set also has a nice gimmick where you can buy the $20 Dol Guldur set and then put it with this one. It's a really nice set, and I personally believe it is another very underrated Hobbit set. At number 3, of course I had to put it on the list, it's the Rivendale set from 2023. By far the most expensive Lego set in my collection, plus knowing the fact that it is the biggest set of 2023. This was obviously my longest Lego build ever. And before this, it was the UCS gunship. So I knew what I was expecting with this set, but man, I got it, I think 3 months after it came out, and it is just gorgeous. The reason I'm not talking so much about this set is because, I mean, look at it. You guys have probably heard enough praise for this set already as it is, especially when it first got revealed. It is such a gorgeous set. It is one of the most beautiful Lego sets ever. And I'm not saying for you to go out and buy it, but if you do have the money to spare for it, by all means, go and get it. $500 is pretty steep for this set, but I personally love it. I think it's a great build. It has so much display potential. It has so many Easter eggs from the actual film. And it is just such a perfect set, and I had a blast building. It took forever, especially those roof tiles, but at the end, it was worth it. At number 2, we have the Battle at the Black Gate. I remember getting this set, I think like 4 days after it came out back in 2013, and wow, I absolutely just love it. Not only that, but it has some of the 3 rarest minifigures in Lord of the Rings history. But really quick, let's talk about the actual gate build itself. You have the tower on one side, not a lot of space to put minifigures in there, but it does have a nice play feature where the front of the tower can open, so you can slide in a minifigure in there. It's really nice. And the gate is locked, and at the back it has a nice function where you can unlock it and then open the gates itself. It's also surprisingly tiled off in there. It just makes the set look that much more better, but the minifigures, oh man. We have 2 Mordor orcs, but we also have the Mouth of Sauron, which is just such an amazing figure with an amazing head mold. Then we get Gandalf the White, who still to this day is our only version of him, and he is very expensive. And of course, one of my personal favorite minifigures, and the fact that it is one of the minifigures on my channel logo, it's Blackgate Aragorn. I love this figure to death. It was my first Aragorn minifigure. The dual color cape, the print on the torso, everything is perfect about this minifigure. I absolutely love it to death, and it is one of my favorite minifigures ever. We also have an eagle figure, which we also got in the Isengard set. This is one of the best Lord of the Rings sets ever, and it is one of my favorite sets as a kid, but deep down, I know there's one more Lord of the Rings set that I love more than this. At number 1, we have the Helms Deep set. Looking at the aftermarket prices now, I'm very happy I got this in 2018, I believe, and I ended up only paying $230 for it, compared to now, which it's going up for more than that. But this set is just amazing. And what's a recurring theme for a lot of Lord of the Rings sets, now that I think about it, you can divide it into 4 different sections. You have the wall that can be blown up. You have the front gate, which also has the 2 curved walls. Then you have the tower itself where Gimli can blow the horn. And then you have the keep in the back with some nice details on the interior. You get 3 Uruk-hai soldiers, the bomber who carries the torch, Aragorn, Gimli, and the 2 highlights of this set being Haladir and of course King Theoden, that very exclusive helmet mold along with his armor. That is a great minifigure and I am very happy to have that in my collection. But the actual build itself is massive. It is huge and it has so many nice details in it. It feels like a castle, it looks like a castle, and it is very well Helms Deep, just like the film. And also, just like the Dol Guldur battle set, you can buy the $20 wall set, which is also an army builder, connect it to this and create that big outer wall for Helms Deep. And that is my personal favorite Lord of the Rings set. But that does it for this video, guys. Tell me what your favorite Lord of the Rings set is. I'm sure everybody has their own opinions, especially for this, because there are just so many highlights. There are a lot of sets I wanted to put on this list, but I just wanted to keep it to 10 for this time because I did 30 for Star Wars last time. That took a long time. But let me know what your guys' favorite Lord of the Rings set is, and let me know what you think about my list. And until then, I'll see you guys next time with what is not going to be a top 10 video. It'll be something else next time. But other than that, I'll see you guys. Peace out. Bye.